Hello there, everyone. The Andrada here, and welcome back to episode 14 of our Project Architect 2 Let's Play series. Where today we are working with Powah and getting ourselves a ridiculous amount of power generated for not a lot of cost. So let's get into it. What creature is smarter than a talking parrot? A spelling bee, of course. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world, or I guess rather nighttime, here in the world of the Andrada, where the Andrada is safe from the hurricane. Hurricane Milton just passed through Central Florida and did pretty good. Yeah, didn't have too much going on. Honestly, we slept through the majority of it because it hit at like 3 a.m. So fell asleep at about midnight and then slept like a baby through the rest of it. I know that's not the same for everybody in this area, but it kind of seems like it shifted a little bit farther south. So really didn't impact my area terribly too much. We had some downed trees. We had some tree debris absolutely everywhere. Lots of cleanup to do. But for the most part, no damage or anything to my apartment or our apartment complex in general and everything. It's funny, we're about to sign a lease for a new place, and that got delayed because of the hurricane. So the Andrada will be moving into a house at some point outside of an apartment because it's, time. But yeah. Anyway, so today what I'd like to work on is that the Andrada is good. Okay, that's where I'm at. The Andrada is doing good. The hurricane was good, and we're able to move on. Today, last episode, we had left off working on getting ourselves our spirited reactor. I did go ahead and let that happen. It took absolutely forever. Let's see, how much time do I have? 55 hours. I think it probably took about a good 2 hours. Maybe an hour to two to get it done because to get all of the stuff with our current power input and output usage, it was just taking forever. So anyway, it worked though, right? We got it done, and it did its thing. So this is good. It just took forever. I did not upgrade my energizing rods, probably should have, but honestly, we're bottlenecked by how much power we're able to pull out of our, energy cube that we have right now. Anyway, I need to work on getting myself at this point. I can get an ultimate, energy cube, and at least have this, and this is able to push I don't know if this tells me how much, but it's like something like 1 million RF or something like that that's able to be pushed in and out of this thing. So I think that it would be a very prudent thing to get going, would be an energy cube at some point, and we can teach the system how to make it and it'll be perfectly fine. I also, in between episodes, went around because we are in a snowy biome, a snowy taiga. I went around at night, which is why it was nighttime when I started recording, and killed myself a blizz, so that way we can get a blizz cube. And then with the blizz cube, we were able to turn that into blizz powder. And then with the blizz powder, we were able to create ice somehow. Or maybe I need to get these ice charges. Yeah, and then with the ice charge, we can make ice. And then once we get one ice, that's all we need. So I just need to get one total ice. Then that way we can use this for future stuff in, the MODPACK. So I need to get that blizz or ice charges. So I have one of those. And then if I use this and I say I want to get ice, I can grab one ice. And then I can go ahead and throw that into my tablet and I learn it. And now we can grab, ice. And I can actually go ahead and grab enough ice to be able to make compacted ice, right? Or not compact. What's it called? Blue ice. We can go ahead and tier this on up because we just have to take this. We can pack the ice. Let's shove all this into the system and then grab packed ice. Well, and this has EMC on it as well. So that's pretty good. And then with that, we can go ahead and combine it up and then make ourselves blue ice, which also has EMC very conveniently. Give me those back. Now, the blue ice can be turned into dry ice, correct? Does dry ice, right, from Powah? Because dry ice is the best of the ices. Now, that is energized. It's only 10,000 RF, so that's really not that bad, but maybe. It is the best coolant for our setup, but yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and work on getting this reactor set up. So I need to figure out where do I want to put power. We currently have it in our kitchen. Do we want to continue? Do we want to put a reactor inside of our kitchen and replace the power that we have going on in here? And our kitchen will just be our power area. because I'm kind of sort of not using our base here for terribly too much other than, it's just, honestly, it's just a base because I'm utilizing all of the different buildings and structures out there. So I guess maybe the base could be where power and everything is handled because that's kind of sort of what we're doing over there. So let's go ahead. We're going to clear out this area here. And then we can go ahead and get this set up. So I kind of need to terraform. Oh, that was a big mistake, wasn't it, the Andrada? Oh man. It's not the worst mistake I've ever made. But that was pretty bad. I should have paid attention to my vein mining and seen that these were connected. I should be able to place most of this stuff back down. At least enough to make it not super duper ugly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. What did I do? Oh man, I have holes. I have a hole in my brain apparently because I did not pay attention. That's what happens when you take a couple days off. Thanks, Hurricane Milton. Okay. So that is corrected. And then now let's go ahead and put that there. Nope. I hate those notice boards. I wish I could vein mine all those up and then replace them. Might get an exchanging gadget to help me with that at some point. Okay. I guess you go here and then you go here and then I think that's everything. If I'm missing anything, well, I'm missing it. Oh man, I did not pay attention to the texture direction. Oh, whatever. Okay. Don't care. Okay, let's go ahead and try this again. So we're going to go ahead and clear this out. Make sure that I pay attention to what I am vein mining. Only 5 of those. That's great. These are some stairs. We can go ahead and grab those. You have stuff in you. You have stuff in you. But then we can go ahead and... Now, we do have to shift right-click on those to break them. Otherwise, Looter's going to yell at us. But we can go ahead and put our reactor on over here. We can shove all this stuff into our system. I don't mind having some of this stuff in the system because it's convenient to have ultimately. So we have our reactor, and then I need to go ahead. And the nice thing with Powah is that it is very automatic for us. So if I place this down, let's say here, is it going to place? Yeah, it's going to place in a 3x3. And as you can see, it does it for you, which is the best part. Even though it's a very simple, it's literally just a 3x1, 2, 3, 4 cube. It does it for you. You don't have to worry about it. And bada bing, bada boom, you have a reactor ready to go for all of your power needs. Now, I'm debating if I want to bring this back because we have to have, so there's certain things that we're going to have put into this, right? We're going to need to get into this. Does this tell me we're going to need to get, I don't think it does. Well, we're going to need to get coolant in there. We're going to need to get coal in there. And we're going to need to get redstone in there. So we're going to need, do I want to just do that on the bottom and then back this up one? Honestly, I probably could just put this in the corner there. Let me do that. Okay, building it again, it actually will not let me put it in the corner. It wants me to have the block spacing there. So it is what it is. It's fine. But anyway, if we come into here, we can kind of sort of see what its UI is going to look like. The first thing that we're going to want to get into here is some water, a bucket of water, which I guess I used my only bucket of water. So let's go grab some water. Now with the bucket of water, we only ever have to put 1 bucket into here. We don't need more than that. So that is very convenient. However, all the other stuff we have to put multiple of in there. So if we come over here and we say get our bucket of water, there we go. We have our bucket, our coolant, and we are good to go with that. Next we got to work on is getting ourselves our different inputs. So there are 4 inputs that we need for this. We need redstone. We are going to need, I'm going to go ahead and, do I want dry ice or do I want regular ice? I'll go ahead and do dry ice. We'll get dry ice into there. It should last longer. We're going to need coal, and we are going to need uraninite. So with these things, I can't bookmark. I already have a bookmark, but I want it at the end. Okay. With these 4 things, we will be able to generate our power. Now, all of these are EMCable except for the uraninite, but that is raw uraninite, and the dry ice, which is blue iceable. So we could have EMC links set to pull these items out and dump them into our system. We'll kind of sort of see how that works when we get to there, or we can just be manually doing that. I do need to get myself AE over here so that I can do the thing. So we're going to have to pop into our MDF, and we're going to have to make ourselves a wireless controller, which I'm pretty sure I've taught the system how to make. Yeah, so I'm going to need a set of those. So that should make 2. Bam. We're going to go ahead and set this guy up over here. Now, this is probably going to use a ton of our power that we have remaining to us. But that's okay because we're working on upgrading said power so that we don't have to worry about it anymore, right? So if I pop on home and we go into our kitchen, I can come over here and we can set up our AE kind of sort of down here because I'm going to have the items pipe into the bottom of this. You can see here, input. So if I have here, I have an export bus and I have acceleration cards. I think we can put 4 into there, right? So I get an export bus and I get 4 acceleration cards. We can go ahead and set up our wireless controller and we can bind it. There we go. Currently using 200 and let's switch over to, can I switch? I don't think I can. I was going to say, let me switch over. That's about 500. AE is double, or FE is double the AE. So we're using about 500 and almost 600 RF per tick there. So just something to keep in mind. We are using a lot of power, but we have enough at the moment. If I go into here and I grab myself some cable, some smart cable, just a couple of those, and I put those, say, here, and then I put my export bus into here, we now should be able to say, hey, I want you to export redstone. I want you to export dry ice. I want you to export coal. And I want you to export uraninite. We should start seeing all of those things go into there. We don't want it to go that slow, though, so we're going to go ahead and speed it up. And you're going to see it's running. It's doing its thing. We're currently generating 195,000 RF. And we can set it to be auto turn off. When it hits 70% energy, it'll automatically throttle itself. But we can have a generation factor of 200,000. And yeah, and you can see how it's using the coal. So it's not terribly too much, ultimately, honestly. It's not using it super duper fast. Redstone is being used much faster. But the coal itself is perfectly okay. So I think we're going to be okay, honestly. If I just put a couple hundred or a couple thousand of each one of these inside the system for now, I don't think we need to worry about getting an EMC link or anything set up at the moment because we'll be able to handle it with our current amounts. And like I said, if I go ahead and drop a couple thousand of each into there, we'll be okay ultimately. All right, so let's go ahead and fill this thing back in. I don't know why I'm using dirt, but whatever. Bam. So now we have 191,000 RFs. What we need to do is go ahead and grab ourselves a plug. And we can take the plug and we can set it up right. Can I set this up on top? We'll find out. This is going to be our Powah reactor. We can go ahead and set this on the input network and bypass limits and power surge. Sure. So it's currently putting in 3,000 RF because that's all that this can handle is the 3,000 RF, right? This is max input is 6.4 thousand. And we're only using the 3,000 from there. So my next major goal is to teach the system how to make this thing, the ultimate energy cube here. Once I can make this, we can craft it. We're going to need them available to us anyway for this setup. So it's not like it's wasting anything by doing so. Clear, 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 and clear. I'm trying to see, what do I already know? I don't know anything. So let's go ahead and make this energy tablet. We're going to get the atomic alloy that goes into our refined obsidian with reinforced alloy. I don't think I have any of these alloys taught to the system. That's you. And then we know how to make you. Okay. Elite energy cube is this. These are all crafting recipes. And you should, in a moment, be able to do all those. That's that. And granted, yes, I could go grab my energy cube that I have up there already and then upgrade it. But I think that this is fine. We'll just have an extra one. It's not a big deal. It gives us a backup of power, you know. So if we go ahead and toss these into here, and then I need one of you to go into the refined, and then you go into the diamond. And if I request a ultimate energy cube, I should have everything needed to be able to get this done. And it should probably take a little while because it's got to go ahead and cook up a whole bunch of stuff in our metallurgic infusers. We now have the capability, though, of... Oh, that's the MDF. Sorry. Oh, no. It's done. I was going to say, we have the capability of speed upgrading everything now, though. That we're making 200,000 RF per tick. We can speed upgrade whatever it is that we need. But now if I go ahead and replace this with this, and then I set it to you are input, you are output. So right is input, left is output, and then we can clear everything else. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So now it's full already. It's able to input 102,000. I said something like a million. It's able to input 102,000 RF into this thing, though. So that's not that bad at all. And we're currently using for our entire base right now about, on average, 4,000 RF per tick for our base to operate. And we are generating 186,000. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Generation 200,000 is our peak capacity. I don't know what we could do to get that higher, to be honest with you. Why we don't generate the 200,000. I think it's just because it doesn't have the room, right? There's no need for it to generate 200,000. I guess it could, though, because we're at 97 million. But this is throttled. So once it hits 70%, it'll kickstart itself back on and run, and then it'll just shut itself off. So it's even more efficient than you even think with all your redstone and everything. Like it's really super easy. And then that basically means that we do not need this setup at all. And we can actually see this is generating so much power. These guys are throttling themselves down because they are not, it's not even really needed anymore for these setups to be even there at all. But yeah, that's Powah, and that is our Powah reactor. So now we have power available to us for everything that we want to do. Kind of, sort of. The nice thing is, though, we can go ahead, if we want to make another one, make another one. I want to make another one. I can make another one. I want to make 2 other ones. I can make 2 other ones. And we can just add on those reactors, and they're really not that expensive. It's emeralds and diamonds, and its power cost is high, but I can just go ahead and upgrade. Now that I have the capabilities, I can get, we're going to teach the system how to make from Mekanism all of the different pipes. So we're going to get up to ultimate mechanical pipe. Let's just search for ultimate, and that's probably easier. The universal cables, we'll go ahead and teach us how to make pressurized tubes because we'll want those at some point. Logistical transporters. We're going to need ultimate control circuits, ultimate tiers. I have the capabilities, so I'm going to teach the system all of this, and then I'm going to upgrade our machines as well to make sure that everything is operating as fast and efficiently as possible. So that'll be my goal in between episodes here. But yeah, next episode, we're going to come back, and then we're going to work on getting ourselves a mob farm, mainly because we want to go ahead and ramp up our EMC production even more. I have 2 billion EMC right now, which is, in theory, if I go into my quests here, that should be enough for me to get the Archimeat, right? Because this is 50 million. However, I got a lot of work to do before we can get to there. So I think once we get this set up, I get all my machines upgraded, I get a mob farm going. I think my goal is to start working on all of these different things. This one seems like it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be the hardest, but kind of, sort of, because we're going to have to use our EMC to pull out all of like the raw gold and then smelt it up to get a 2x. And then calcite, I haven't gotten any calcite, so I got to figure out how to get calcite, iron, all of these different things. We are EMCable. We can pull them out, but I mean, that's 81 blocks of diamond total. I guess that's not that bad. This is 6,561 blocks of amethyst, and we haven't found any amethyst. I actually need to start going around and trying to find some amethyst. Is there easy ways to do that? Is there like a compass or something that I can find 1 amethyst? That's all I need. Maybe we head to the end. I know that they can be found in the chests in the end cities and stuff. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, tips, tricks, suggestions, all that good stuff. Drop them in the comments. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.